Very good. Thank you. So as people wander off into their worlds and we wander back. Hello, Kate. Let's see who we got. Helen, Lisa, Luke, Reardon, Celia, Kathleen. Who else? Who else we got? Emily. Hello, Emily. Yeah, we're gathering. Very nice. Very, very nice. So I'm thinking that we're going to need pretty much the whole hour to present everybody's stuff. What do you think? I'd be, yeah. That's thumbs up, Celia. And thank you for telling me how to do this tessellated view, so I can now see people. Everybody's teeny weeny, but I can see you.
You can get a ginormous monitor as your next tech investment, so you can see everything.
I could do that, or
or not.
or I could just like get off the grid completely and stop doing any of this, and have people communicate via carrier pigeon. I'm often tempted to just take the nuclear option and just get out of the 21st century completely, but not today. Today I'm feeling chummy. For the first time in 13 years, we went back to the Thai temple in Berkeley for Thai lunch. I don't know if anybody local knows about that. It's on Russell Street, and it's for 30 years ago, I think I discovered this. My friend Henry Kaiser took me there one day, and all these wonderful Thai families are cooking food and serving up food. And it is like the best food and the best community spirit. It's just a wonderful place. Yeah, hadn't been there since Teddy was born, like 13 years ago.
Hey, Danny, what's the address again? Because I haven't been there in a while as well. I can't remember.
Yeah,
you mean the email address? Or
well, it's Russell's. It's on Russell Street, just a half a block up from Martin Luther King. It's like right off of Ashby. Russell is one block north of Ashby.
Right, Russell and Martin Luther. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, it's a hoot. It's a hoot. Anyway, one of the hidden treasures of local culture. Hey, Holly. Apparently the cyber gods have decided that I am not allowed to email to you. I have now been every email I've sent you for 3 days has been sent back undeliverable. So sorry about that. So if we want to talk, you have to call me up.
Okay, I'll have to talk. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to send my song to the chat and not.
Yeah, well, your emails to me come through fine. I just can't seem to respond, and I haven't the faintest idea why. So thank you, Celia, for posting my email again. Everybody, stick that in your back pocket, because I'd love to hear from you. Sort of, as you march forward into your songwriting. I'd like to figure out to know that you're continuing to have fun with this. So
Danny, let me just interject that Patty, are you still here, Patty? I've lost your, yes, here you are. Patty writes, wondering, she's just popping in, does everyone else have stuff prepared? And I told her basically yes, I think. And
yes.
So
yeah, well,
Patty, if you
did you come in yesterday? I'm trying to remember. Patty, did you? No, this is your first time here. Okay, this is sort of a class that builds. I welcome. What I would invite you to do is go to the web portal, the Lark portal, and print out or download my spiel, my class spiel, which kind of talks about what the class was all about, my approach to songwriting, and the various ways I'm encouraging you to be creative and give yourself.
And Patty, that link is in the chat now. You'll see HTTPS library, and so you can print that. It actually gives you a pretty good overview of what Danny's been doing.
Yeah, we got to a lot of it. We got not to everything, but we got to a lot of it. But what we've been doing is working toward a collaborative exercise where two of us have been have been combining their talents, one providing lyrics, the other providing melodic setting for the lyrics. And today, I think we're going to be spending most of our time listening to the results of these collaborations. And I'm looking forward to it. So we heard Helen's music to Yael yesterday, Tony's music to Lisa, Kathy's music to Kate's music to Celia's, and my music to Reardon's Happy Cheese Song. And so that leaves a bunch of us, and I wonder if anybody wants to like wave their hand and say, I want to go first. Do I see a hand? Yes. All right, Luke, my man. So yeah, you sent me the stuff. If you sent me a musical link, I was unable to listen to it.
Okay, I put a file in the chat. Can you open that?
Oh, a file in the chat?
Yeah.
Is this it? Okay, well, I wonder if I download this, I wonder if I can play it on if I play it on my machine, will everybody hear it? Or can you?
Not likely. It'll probably be weird. You can try it and then we'll see.
If you share your sound, it'll work.
Yeah, share sound.
Do I share my sound? How do I share my sound other than just have my sound on?
You press at the bottom of your screen the green share screen button.
The green share screen button. Oh, aren't you guys clever? All right, I'm going to try it. Here it goes. Any preparatory comments about what we're about to hear?
Yes, Danny.
Yes.
Make sure you click the little checkbox for share computer sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, if you'd like, I'll do it, and that way Danny doesn't have to get tangled. Would that be easier?
Oh, Celia, I love you to pieces.
Thank you, Celia.
Okay, so
Save me
You're
from
welcome.
myself. All right,
here we go. Let's see if this works. Share. Oh, I seem to have gone here, and now I cannot see the chat. There's the chat. Here's the link. I got it. Don't worry. Here we go.
This is Allison's song, but is Allison here right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, whether she's here or not, you've co-written a song. I want to hear it. All right, here.
Keep in mind, I'm no singer, but I hope you can still find enjoyment.
Thank you. That doesn't really amount to an apology. It's just an explanation. You're very good.
I seem not to be successful at doing this. It is not actually, it wants to screen share regardless of what I keep doing with the link. So let me click on the link again. Let me do the little dots on the side. Open file, see if that looks better. It wants to do it in Apple Music.
Well,
Let's see if it works.
there you are. No. Look at all that stuff.
Loading artwork. Yeah, I got all sorts of stuff in here. It is not happening.
All right.
do-
Well,
Apple kind of takes over and wants to sell you stuff.
Yeah, stop
Yeah.
share.
I can
So,
do it if you
go
want.
ahead.
If you allow screen sharing for participants, I can do it if you want.
I don't know if I can actually do that. I'm a co-host, but I don't. Let me go down to more. Participants. I think it might be better if we listen to it. If we just mute ourselves and then listen to it ourselves, click on the link directly.
all right.
How do you do it for other people's songs?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working.
We're in a breakout room and you're only a co-host.
Yeah, I'm not quite as equipped as a regular host would be. Yeah, I can't do that, I'm afraid. Sorry,
Well,
Luke.
Yeah, what's weird for me is that I just opened my my music and it says it's open, but it doesn't say that it doesn't have what you just.
Yeah, it won't open the file.
All right, well, pooey on that.
Can't Luke just play it and we'll listen?
I think that would be the best way to do it.
All right, let's give it a shot, Luke.
Wait, like play it live or?
Yeah.
Whatever device you have, play your music on it.
Well, I can't. Oh, like on like the
On a
piano.
phone or something. Or whatever, I don't know, whatever.
Sure, I'll play it on my phone. It's gonna sound really weird though.
That sounds good. We'll hear it though.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And then you can listen to it.
Appropriate technology. I love it.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Shows with me now. Don't wanna swim the sea with me now. Without, I'm gonna shout. Can't figure out what it's about. Dark blue inside. Down, down I slide. Will rarely look me in the eye now. Don't ever give a kiss goodbye now. Oh, without, I'm gonna shout. Can't figure out what it's about. Dark blue inside. Down, down I slide. Dreaming of a better day just makes me wanna run away from my mind. Close to tears for years and years. The ups and downs, the crazy fears. Dark blue inside. Where is my pride? Won't share your TV shows with me now. Don't wanna swim the sea with me now. Oh, without, I'm gonna shout. Can't figure out what it's about. Dark blue inside. Down, down I slide. Dark blue, I slide. Too much, I've cried. Dark blue inside.
Wow.
Did that work? Okay, good.
Luke, you dove deep, man. Wow. Well, where to begin? So I got the lyrics of her. Is Allison with us yet? Well, she's not. So like I didn't.
Cover the file afterward.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. But the lyrics go. Won't share your TV shows with me now. Don't want to swim the sea with me now. Without, I'm gonna shout. Can't figure out what it's about. Dark blue inside, down, down I slide, is how it starts. And then, will rarely look me in the eye now. Don't ever give a kiss goodbye now. Some wonderful lyrics. Without, I'm gonna shout, can't figure out what it's about. Dark blue inside, down, down I slide. And there's more, but wow, I mean, it's a real moody, deeply personal lyric. And I love what you did with it. Anybody have any questions or comments? Anybody? Just pop up.
I always have comments.
Celia, thank you. What have you got?
I always have a mouth. I really liked the setting. It was perky enough to keep me held in and not feel like, oh my God, I'm going to slip my wrist now. But it was definitely blue enough. And the way you did it, I felt emphasized the dark blue inside, down, down I slide. I mean, of course, the repetition of the lyrics, and these are Allison's lyrics, is that right?
Yes.
It's really, I love to do that. I think that kind of repetition is really powerful, but I also think it could almost disappear in the tune if you're not careful. And I think that was a really, really, really good way to do it.
Yeah,
I like your piano.
Yeah, and this is and no knock on your vocals. I mean, there's yeah, you did just fine. You got it across. I agree
no
with
knock
you.
on the vocals.
The key here is the balance that you managed to create between dark and depressing. You didn't fall into the depressing hole, but you kept it dark and you kept it honest. I'm tickled pink. Thank you very much. So who can follow that? Let's see, we have.
Can I have a quick comment?
Please.
What the word that came to mind is punch. There was a certain punch in it, almost maybe a touch of anger. So it was sad, but that punch prevented it from going down.
Yeah, good point. Because the line that when I first read the lyrics, the line that leapt out at me was the deepest thing was, "Will rarely look me in the eye now. Don't ever give a kiss goodbye now." There's a novel's worth of relationship story there, and yeah, sure, there's going to be anger when things don't shake out the way you had dreamed.
It reminds me a little bit of an Annie Lennox song. I'm gonna put it all behind me, like nothing ever happened between us. And there's a lot of that if you see me walking down the street, my feet aren't going to be matching your footsteps, kind of thing. I love that imagery. And
Yep.
Danny, next up was Lisa, and then Yael. But I also see that Emily wants to go too. So
All right, well,
might
we'll
want
take
to jot down Lisa, jot down Yael, and
let's take them in that order. So,
Okay.
So who's next? You said Lisa's next or Yael? Jump in, whoever you
Lisa.
are. Lisa, where are you?
she's
Right.
there. She goes.
Well, I wasn't able to get a hold of you, Kathy, when I wanted to discuss my response to your lyric, and so ahead of time, I just want to say, well, I will just flat out say, I felt that the lyric was so strongly reminiscent of a certain song that where the structure is just like really very unique and dictating that song. And so so I changed the lyrics some so that it would have a verse chorus structure and do some other things, so that it would sound like a different song, because even if I gave you different notes for the structure that the lyric was in, I think you wouldn't be able to separate it from the original song, but I couldn't.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I think that's fair.
So
Let's have it.
this is what I did. Add some spice, why not add some spice? Can't you see life's no good without it? Add some spice, why not add some spice? Spice is a gift to the world, can you doubt it? There's your salt, you know it adds flavor. And then comes dill, there's more to savor. Add some spice, why not add some spice? Can't you see life's no good without it? Add some spice, why not add some spice? Spice is a gift to the world, can you doubt it? Chili leaves me with eyes that cry. Did I leave it out? Then I'll wonder why. I add some spice. Why not add some spice? Can't you see life's no good without it? Add some spice. Why not add some spice? Spice is a gift to the world, can you doubt it? Now for the best, it's garlic for zest, and cinnamon who'd forget ginger, and bay leaves for stew, and tarragon too. Oh, I could go on, but I leave that to you. Add some spice, why not add some spice? Can't you see life's no good without it? Add some spice, why not add some spice? Spice is a gift to the world, can you doubt it? Why not just add some spice?
Thunderous applause.
Yeah, can I comment? It's just great, Lisa. You probably
right.
didn't have my email address. I'll put it in the chat. It's just wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I sent it to her, but if you didn't, yes, let's get you guys in contact. Well, that was you hit that out of the park. But what I want to know, Kathy, real quick, I was seeing you like you're just about to break your face. You're grinning, and I don't blame you. That was awesome.
Awesome.
I got nothing. It was you pulled a Strawberry Fields there, Lisa. You started with the chorus hook, and you gave it to us 3 times, and I'm going to have a hard time getting that sucker out of my head after this class. So,
Yeah, thank
but
you.
Kathy, what was the song that started this all? What did you hang your lyrics on?
I think Lisa can tell you.
All of me.
All of me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
As I say, all of me is a kind of unusual structure. It's like A, B, C kind of thing, and so it's not it's so kind of like signature that, as I say, I felt like I had to throw in some more lyrics or do something to, you know, keep it away from the original song, you know.
you foxed me.
Yeah. It's great.
At no time did I think all of me while you were singing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful because all of me has lots of spaces at the ends of lines, and you didn't do that. You just sort of, you kind of rolled. It's just a nice little easy kind of, you know, Peruvian paso horse kind of rolling through it. Very, very nice. Very nice.
I'm going to try and learn it. I won't change it. I think it's great. It's so different than anything I play. I really love to learn it. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Well,
I love it.
I'm going to write it down myself to use as an example going into the future, because that's as good a collaborative exercise
Wonderful.
as I have ever heard in my entire time doing this. And thank you both. It was just tremendous. I remind everybody, this session, you can go back and hear it all again. It's all going to be recorded and archived on the virtual Lark web thing, portal, whatever that Celia's about to correct me and tell you what it is. But
hog this, but I did a fair amount of co-writing this go round, and so I have a melody for something that Suzanne sent, and I also mistakenly wrote a melody and tweaked something that Tony sent me, and so I have those, but maybe we could go through the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pass the baton, and we'll get back to you. I hope, because we've got.
I'll put Lisa at the bottom of my list I'm keeping here. So next up would be Yael.
Yael.
And
what have you got, Yael?
Hi there. So as hard as it might be to follow the amazing Lisa Ashman, I'm going to go for it. So I made a new melody for lyrics from Helen, and I'll read you her original lyrics, and then I'll put my version of it in the chat because I changed it a bit. I don't know how it's going to come out because I have the chords in there. Oh, it's not coming out. Interesting. That's what happens when you do it before the class. Let me try that again. I'll do it after I sing because I want to take time out. Okay, so here's Helen's original lyrics. Do you see the withered oak in the old graveyard, standing tall in the winter rain? In his leaves you see the breeze, and he sees you alongside. All the world and all that's been is shown amongst his many rings. Why don't you see them there? How can you live without a care? Nature's giving never ends. We have so much to learn from our floral friends. Come with me, then I hope you'll see a tree, a flower, what it is to be. Can you smell the perfumed rose leaning on the gate? Petals fading in the summer heat. In her face you see such grace, and she sees you always. All the world and all that's coming is shown amongst her fragrant loving. Nature's giving never ends. We have so much to learn from our floral friends. Come with me, then I hope you'll see a tree, a flower, what it is to be. So I, with Helen's permission, changed the lyrics up a bit. And this was interesting for me because it's very different than the kind of songwriting I do. It was sort of much more poetic and free form than what I generally do. And I'm just, Danny, to come up with the melody, I used your other prompt of the letters of my name.
Yeah.
And so the usable ones are A, E, C, B flat, which gives you, did you all hear that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's the that's the core of the melody on which I based it. And I'm calling it A Tree, a Rose. Let's see. Can you all hear the uke?
And do.
Do you see the withered oak in the old graveyard, standing tall in winter rain? In his leaves you see the breeze. He sees you there by his side. All the world and all that's been is shown amongst his many rings. Why don't you see him over there? How can you live and just not care? Nature's giving never ends. We've much to learn from floral friends. Come with me and you will see a tree, a rose, and how to be. Can you smell the perfumed rose leaning on the gate? Petals fade in summer heat. In her face you see such grace. She sees you just as you are. The world and all that's coming, shone amongst her fragrant loving. Why don't you see her over there? How can you live and just not care? Nature's giving never ends. We've much to learn from floral friends. Come with me and you will see a tree, a rose, and how to be a tree, a rose, and how to be a tree, a rose. And I asked her a little about the meaning, and she said, I said, are you talking about existentialism? She said, oh, yeah. I went, okay.
Yes, indeed. And is there a word play there? A tree, a rose, as in A-R-O-S-E, one word?
Oh, no, R-O, the flower.
Okay, just wondering.
A tree, a rose.
Tree, comma, a rose, yes. I love
Her
that.
original lyrics were a tree, a flower, what it is to be. And I changed a little bit so that it would scan within a rhythm. I'm very rhythmically oriented as a dancer.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's funny because you say you're rhythmically oriented, but there's a free rhythmic flow to that reminds me of the kind of writing that I expect from a harp player. Like Caswell would do that. Would sort of extend lines. Lines would lengthen and shorten depending on how it served the line. And I think you did that beautifully. Yeah, nice stuff. And I'm glad that the name letter prompt was useful. You never know when these little things are going to pop up and incorporate themselves. I love that.
Thank you, Yael.
Yeah, all right. So we were saying that what Everly is next?
No, let's hear what the original song was. I'm
oh,
done.
that's right. That's right. We're not done yet. Yeah,
No.
Helen, what was the original song?
Nobody? It's the streets of London.
The Streets of London. All right.
I don't even know that song.
Oh, it's the Ralph McTell song.
Ralph McTell.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was a big hit in about like 1979, right?
Yeah.
Something right around then. Oh, he was wonderful.
Have you seen da, da, have you seen the old man at the, I can't remember all the lyrics of it. Da, da, da.
This was the streets of
How
London.
can you tell me you're lonely and say for you that the sun don't shine? It's a great song.
Oh, okay. Now it's sounding
Yeah.
familiar. Yes.
Yeah,
And that makes really good sense with the cadence of the lyrics now that we hear what we know that.
Yeah, well, and you know what? Again, it is so far from Ralph McTell that you guys can hold your heads up high. You have now given rise to a brand new song in the world, and man, I'm proud to have been there to hear it. Thank
So
you.
Helen, did that serve your lyrics?
Oh, of course it did. Yeah, you transported it. It was really, I like the dance quality, you know, it felt like I was in some medieval pavan. And I really liked that a lot. Yeah.
I like the way you said pavan, because you know Yael is never very far from dancing. I mean, she that is, to dance is to live is to be Yael, right? So,
Yeah.
but the other thing that I liked what you did when you said, you sort of slightly apologetically said you changed flower to rose. That's exactly what you should consider always doing, taking a general term and turning it into a specific. I think you did a beautiful job there, because you know rose is a stand-in for all flowers, but I think rose works better than the word rose worked better than flower there. So I
Easy
think,
to rhyme with too.
and yeah, I think you
In future.
you stayed true to Helen's intent. I hope, Helen, not speaking for you, but lovely stuff. All right, onward.
So yes, Emily up next.
Emily is
And
up
then
next.
followed by Holly, and then
Thank
followed
you.
by Celia.
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I have some words from Danny himself. So let's see where. Okay, where did it go? There it is. Okay. All right, here goes. I went to camp without a flashlight. I wish I'd thought it through. Thought I'd be fine without a flashlight. Had no idea what to do. I missed my campground, it was some damp ground. Didn't know which way to flee. Couldn't hear a banjo or a bagpipe. Didn't know what would become of me. The glorious Mendocino woodlands, blacker than the inside of a cow. I knew I was somewhere in the woodlands, exactly where I couldn't tell you now. If I just walked in one direction, maybe I'd see the moon from there. Or just sit in sad reflection, or wait until I'm eaten by a bear. I thought I'd heard a rattlesnake. Running would have been a big mistake. Seemed to me just staying put would have been just as bad. If I could do the whole thing over, I'd never go a step without a lamp. Glad I survived until morning to tell what happened at camp without a flashlight. I went to camp without a flashlight. I went to camp without a flashlight. Without a flashlight.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Emily. Oh boy, you certainly plumbed the dark recesses of those lyrics, didn't you? Lordy, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you're going through there. That reminded me of God, I can't remember the song, but it was Emmylou Harris recorded a McGarrigles song about 30 years ago that just kind of augured its way into my brain, and that had the same kind of like inexorable hypnotic drive that you've done. I like your guitar work too. Nice stuff.
That's actually from the Dadgad class.
Yeah, well, hey, Dadgad
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing, Dadgad. Dad, the world is a much more interesting place since Dadgad joined the party. I tried.
And actually, I just want to interject. There are many people here who may not have actually physically been to camp. And so this is your warning, this song. Never go anywhere without a flashlight, because invariably you'll leave your tent or your cabin thinking, oh, it's daylight, I don't need to go back and get my flashlight. And you'll get caught doing all these jams and all these things. And suddenly it's getting dark and your tent is in a different location.
Yes. And
this is the warning of the song.
And if you go there, after many drinks, people will tell you stories about how perhaps Gerald Trimble wandered off into the bushes and wasn't seen again until dawn, about 4 miles away.
Someday I'll have to tell you about the time we failed to check the batteries in a flashlight we had in the car. The car was fairly new. And new to us at any rate, we had not checked the condition of the spare tire or the type of spare tire and so forth, and then got caught out of cell phone range on a Sunday, no less, near the Pinnacles, trying to change a tire.
Celia, I want to interrupt simply because I want to make sure that you get a chance to sing, and Holly's up next, then you, and then Lisa, if there's time for Lisa to get back in and do what she wants. And there may be others out there too.
Well, I have one more thing to add.
Reardon's got his hand up too.
Yeah, I must. Yeah, Reardon's got to do his little thing too. But I think this also perhaps wins some sort of contention prize for drifting the farthest from the original song that was the spark for the original lyrics. This is the original lyrics, or the original song that I got it from. I went to camp without a flashlight. I wish I'd thought it through. Thought I'd be fine without a flashlight. Now what am I to do? I miss my campground. This is some damn ground. Don't know which way to flee. Can't hear a banjo or a bagpipe. What's to become of me? The glorious Mendocino woodlands, blacker than the inside of a cow. I know I'm somewhere in the woodlands, exactly where I couldn't tell you now. I could go on, but there's a ukulele lady. So I think the only song I've ever written on the ukulele.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, onward. Holly, I believe you're next.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, here is the object that put me in mind of the 2 cockatiels that I raised from eggs and thought I'd have my whole life till I had to moved into a new house where they wouldn't let me keep the birds. And I thought I'd live there the rest of my life. So I made that trade-off. Tune here is The Snows They Melt the Sooner. I gave away the birds I raised and stuffed down all my feelings to move into a handmade house, stained glass and vaulted ceilings. But now the cypress tree's gone, the redwoods and the pine, and sun shines through the windows of the house that once was mine. The landlords, they were kind to me, a doctor and his wife. They said they'd be delighted if I lived there all my life, unless their son grew homesick for the ocean and the land and left New York to move back in the house he built by hand. Now dahlias fill the garden and tulips line the drive. Their young son and his husband keep my loquat trees alive. There's orchids in the bedroom and a red old-fashioned phone. A rumpled double bed now stands where I once slept alone. I hoped they'd ask me over last Friday when I phoned, but Jeremy is shy of me and Ange is always stoned. They sit out in the greenhouse, eating crab and drinking wine, and give parties in the garden of the house that once was mine.
Oh my. You
Wow.
you edited that down from the first version you sent me.
Oh yeah, I've done millions of versions since then.
Yeah, well, and as one does. I love that. And what I'll tell the class what I told you about the earlier versions, and this is exactly the same thing. There's a bare-faced honesty, emotional honesty in those lyrics that just floors me. And I find that is rare, and it is a blessing when you're able to do it and able to share stuff that's that close to the bone. And what I like is that you've really been hurt, or the deliverer of this lyric is hurt and is expressing pain, but is not wallowing in it and is not rubbing your nose in it. It's just like there. And you are honoring the listener by saying, I'm going to tell you about my pain, and I know that just by virtue of you being a fellow human being, you will understand. And that's just what a wonderful way that songs can connect us. Did a great job, Holly.
And it's tempered with a few sort of sardonic remarks, like the Chardonnay and who's shy of you and all that. That was really that really fleshed out what Danny's just described.
Yes, but that's it. That the particulars give you this beautiful, vivid picture in which to deliver the emotional content. Nicely done. There's a lot there. But that's emblematic of your best work, and I've heard your best work over the years. That's one of them, and that's what you do. That's what you do. When you're on, you hit the emotional nail on the head and just say, bang, there it is. I love it. Anybody want to follow that?
Next up would be comments. Go ahead. Sorry.
Comments, please.
Or next up is Celia.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure, Reardon, you've got something you want to do after that?
Yeah, I think we got time.
I think we have time, and then we'll see if we can squeak Lisa in. If there are any others, please type your name in the chat, and I'll try and make sure I grab it.
Yeah, and also we are going to decamp whether we have songs to go or comments to go or whatever. We will go to the fire circle room after this and finish up any loose ends. So don't feel pressed. So proceed, and we will take everything as needed.
Okay, I received a poem or lyrics from Suzanne called "Crumbs for Birds." Scanning through it the first time, I realized, no, this is not done. This is not supposed to be sung on the bones to feed the birds. That instead it's a poem, a freeform poem, that owes more, I think, to E.E. Cummings or Rod McEwen, which made it a challenge to come up with music. So Tony's going to turn on the recording that I did of the music to go with this, and I kept as faithful to the words. I did not alter anything.
Okay, good.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Ready. Roll it.
This might take a second. All right, I'm going to bring up my audio level because the mixer's involved and I don't want to get it too high or too low.
While he's preparing, Ellen, have you got
Words, magic words, bits, pieces,
Which
trail
Ellen?
left to make me come. No room, no right to freedom. Crumbs, crumbs for birds, things never heard. Promises, vows not kept, roads to loss, leaving me to turn and toss. Crumbs, crumbs for birds, I wander absurd. Crumbs, crumbs for birds, magic words, pulling your anger from my heart. Must we part, bits, pieces on the trail? Must we call out, hearing no sounds, no expressions, no hints of sorrow? Crumbs for birds, crumbs for birds. Crumbs are all that is left. Wind sweeps them. You are deaf to my love's plea, to only me. Crumbs for birds, crumbs for just the lonely. Crumbs, crumbs for birds, magic words, bits, pieces, trail left to make me come. No room, no right to freedom. Crumbs for birds, things never heard. Promises, vows not kept. Road to end, leaving me without a friend.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Leaving me without a friend. So I know Suzanne is here, but Suzanne has a hard, she's having some sort of hellish problem with her
No,
sound.
I'm good.
Oh, I can hear you. Oh, bless it, bless it.
Not only that, I'm on my computer, not my iPad. That's why, and it has no camera.
It's okay, but I got a nice picture of you here, so that's good.
Yes, you do. It's from Lark Camp.
I can tell. It's that Lark smile. So first of all, Suzanne, what do you think? Tell us what your reaction is.
It was fine to stick with it, but it's not, I never wrote it as a poem. I actually wrote it based on Ashes of Love, the melody.
Really? Ashes of Love?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And that's why when Celia got it, it had numbers at the end, because I wanted to make sure I got the syllables at least the same as much as I could. So, and that's why I doubled up crumbs for birds, so it would fit better. Yes, Ashes of Love.
Boy, and that's a high energy kind of, country rock song.
Yeah.
That I love to pieces.
Different mood, I thought.
It is a different mood, but you know what you did, Celia, which I really like is it's almost like you melodized the spoken language. Like
it's true.
It's you followed the internal ebbs and flows and melodic rhythm of the language to pick where you're going up, where you're going down, and then you decided how far up and how far down to go, and it all scanned beautifully naturally. And which one of the things that happens when you do that to a lyric is the lyric is damned clear. It comes through, because I don't know about you, but when I write a lyric, I want people to be able to understand me. And so I'm trying not to put barricades in the way of the delivery of the lyric to get in the way of the actual words. And you did a great job serving the words. So
I appreciate that. It was, when I looked at this, what kept coming to mind was some of the more pensive songs of Rod McEwen from many days ago.
Mhm.
I do like Rod
were
McEwen.
more spoken rather than sung, and where you could clearly hear the poetry and the words in there. And I kept thinking of a very pensive person who has been through a loss and reflecting on it.
Well, Suzanne, this is actually a wonderful little gift Celia has dished up to you, because I know that you are you hang in a crowd that is fond of slide instruments.
Yes, that's true.
And I can hear you just kind of gearing down and hearing you from going from Ashes of Love, trying to discard Ashes of Love from your brain and just taking your own lyrics and just kind of knock it down a couple of gears. and seeing what happens to kind of, you know, really relish those syllables as they go by. And so maybe, you know, in your mind, re-instrumentalize this to like a nice soulful slide instrument.
Okay, I think that would work, especially since my my instructor is readily available.
Right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm in the interest
Next.
of trying to make sure we push
Yes.
through two things. One is, Lisa, did you get Kathy's email in the chat? She wants to make sure you got it. She sent it, so check for it. And then next up would be Reardon, followed by Ellen, who's doing something for Everly, and then Lisa.
Yes.
But I guess the question would be, can everybody, as we go along, if we start to run out of time, will you be able to make it to the fire circle room?
Yeah. Does anybody have to run away? I know Ellen.
Everly says no, she has to run away. So
All right,
maybe
so let's do
Reardon
Everly.
and then Ellen, and then we'll see if we can get Lisa in. Lisa, can you go to the fire circle?
I could, yes.
Okay,
Great.
that'd be great.
All right. So what's next? Is it Reardon next?
He is. It
All
is
right.
Reardon.
There he is. I see him arming himself. All right. There we go.
Ellen, I see you speaking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
You can really write a song if you follow us along. So it's a tune I say, just start writing it down today. There's a multitude of teachers who are ready with a push to write something else delightful, so you fall on your tush. There's Christina Handler's Posey, there's Patrice Waite, there's a man. I speak, of course, of Danny Carnahan. Just a writing it down today.
Yay! Well done. I
Well, if
even
that
know
was-
some of the people mentioned. It makes me happy.
If that wasn't so self-serving, I'd use that as the theme song for my next class. I love that. Well, thank you. Ellen, was that your? Yeah, yes, thank you. You're very sweet. Well, I like what you did with it. And again, it's another one where it sounds like you you heard the words in your head, and it sort of helped you shape yourself a melody. I like it, and I'm honored to be in a verse with Christina and Cozy and Patrice, all three of whom I have stolen eagerly from. Well, wonderful. And what was this? Was there a song that you started that you hang that on, Ellen? I guess I need to know that.
You need to unmute.
I had an earworm for weeks, and this is how it goes. You can really write a song if you follow us along. So with certitude I say, just start writing it down today.
All right. When in doubt, go Broadway.
Nothing like a dame. So
That's
I was
right.
really surprised when it was so different. It was like, wow. It was such a surprise. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. That's another way. You guys are vying for the greatest distance between original inspiration and final product.
But it works in both cases.
It does.
Let's,
All right.
let's let Ellen do Emily's little.
Yes, really quick,
She says
and then-
it says 4 lines,
it
and then
is
we'll
really
switch
quick.
gears.
And then then we can send Emily on her merry way. All right. What you got, Ellen?
Come home
to me from over the sea and lay your head on my knee. My heart does ache, I cannot wait for you at my side to be.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. And that was all that that you were given to work with?
That's all I got to write to her. I asked her if she wanted to write more lyric. Anybody want to guess what? But the tempo was the right tempo. The song that I based it on. So anybody want to guess?
No, I couldn't possibly.
Amazing.
Amazing Grace? Really?
It's still 3-4-6-8. Beautifully done. Thank you, Ellen. I love it.
Oh, that is great.
I want to say I really love anything that has to do with the sea, and I would love to write more lyrics. And I also have some sea stuff, and I would love to share it with you, Everly. So,
You know, what you've got there is the beginning of a beautiful longer song. Perhaps you guys can stay in touch. I'd love to hear what you come up with. Give me like 3 verses and a chorus, and then repeat the chorus, and then do a little dance on the way out. It's a great start. It's a great. Thank you guys. And we've got to go to make.
So I'm going to stop recording right now.